the last Star Wars Age of the Republic one-shot, we followed Count Dooku. This time though, we follow General Grievous during the Clone Wars era. This mission for Grievous though is a very special one, and we get a ton of insight into General Grievous in his canon depiction, learning a whole lot more about the differences that he has from his Star Wars Legends counterpart. With our introductions out of the way, let's go ahead and dive into the issue. If you guys would like to read the comic for yourself though, the best place to find it online is Comixology. This isn't a paid promotion or anything, I just get that question asked to me all the time in the comments down below, so if you want to read it for yourself, check it out there. The issue begins with the Jedi Padawan running through the jungle on a planet known as Lediv. There, we see that the young Padawan's Jedi Master is making a last stand against a mysterious figure with 4 lightsabers, a figure we of course know as General Grievous. Although it's never outright said in the comic book, it's implied that this takes place during the beginning of the Clone Wars conflict, when General Grievous is still largely a mystery in the wider galaxy, especially when concerning the Jedi. The issue continues to show General Grievous killing the Jedi Master, telling her that he will then hunt down her Padawan and slay him. Of course, following the Jedi Master's death, Grievous methodically claims her lightsaber for his collection. The Jedi Padawan then continues to run through the jungle, as General Grievous cuts him off right before he reaches his starfighter. With ease, Grievous is then able to strike down the Padawan as well, with it only taking a single strike to take down the young Jedi. Searching his body, Grievous again claims the Jedi Padawan's lightsaber, along with the pad containing information on something hidden on the planet. Upon further inspection, thanks to the pad, General Grievous discovers that there is an ancient Jedi temple located on this planet that the Jedi were after. And even more important to this, that Grievous is close to it, and therefore decides to venture to it and see it firsthand. Once there, he climbs to the very top of the tower using his cybernetics, and decides to enter a long hall with a lot of Jedi statues placed within it. Statues that Grievous mocks as he walks past them. When looking upon the statues, Grievous explains that he has statues of his own. Statues that were built to his armor before he became a cybernetic monstrosity, and back when he was a Kaleesh warrior. One by one, Grievous walks through the halls, destroying all of the statues of the Jedi Masters. This leads back to General Grievous's canon depiction, where it's far different from what we learned about him in Legends. This comic in fact gives us our biggest hints at Grievous's backstory that we haven't really seen in comic form before. If you guys don't know, in canon, it was General Grievous's dream to become a Jedi, as he believed that the Jedi were once the greatest warriors in the galaxy. However, upon venturing to the Jedi Temple himself, he was told that he was not force sensitive enough to become a Jedi Knight, and from that point on, he resolved to improve himself with cybernetics to the point where he could compete with Jedi, considering it the ultimate insult that the Jedi would turn him away from their temple, and deny him their knowledge that he now seeks within this ancient temple. Grievous is then able to make it past several traps placed within the ancient temple, eventually making it to a waterfall where he sees within it the sign of the Force. Grievous is at first perplexed by this, reaching through the waterfall, and realizing that he cannot feel anything once he reaches past the barrier. Grievous though ultimately resolves not to be fooled by what he calls Jedi trickery, and fully goes past the fountain's barrier. Once within the barrier, Grievous appears to reach what appears to be the ethereal plane of the Force. It's clear though that this is the light side of the Force in its purest form, and that Grievous is communing with somebody, someone we don't know, but someone that I speculate is an ancient Jedi Master, whose presence may still remain within the temple. The voice asks Grievous exactly what he wants, as Grievous responds that he wants nothing from the Jedi except their destruction. The voice however tells Grievous that he has brought destruction upon himself. The voice chastises him for changing his physical body, revealing that the more he altered it, the less of a connection he had with the Force, with Grievous though arguing that it was only mere flesh and meant nothing. The voice though only responds that he seeks to destroy a power that he does not comprehend, and a power now thanks to his cybernetic implants that he will never comprehend. As with Grievous's quest for power, he ultimately severed his total connection to the Force. Grievous then sees himself as a being of flesh and bones, the Kaleesh warrior that he once was before his cybernetic enhancements, or changes. Grievous's body is then seemingly torn apart, revealing the small parts left of his organic body, and the small connection that he now has with the Force, with the voice telling him over and over again that he is small, and that is all Grievous will ever be. At this moment, Grievous removes himself from the barrier, then activating all of his lightsabers, resolving to destroy whatever lies beyond it. However, when he passes through it this time, he finds nothing. Disappointed and infuriated with the knowledge that he found, Grievous exits the Jedi Temple. He then calls a separatist warship in orbit, ordering it to strike down the temple. Grievous even orders far more force than is necessary to destroy the temple, in the end walking away claiming that it is the temple that is small, not him, and that for all of the temple's talk of power, it was destroyed extremely easily. However, in the last panel, it is revealed that the force is still strong where the temple once stood, and that the temple was only the physical, but that the force will always be there. Again guys, this is an absolutely awesome issue. It also adds a lot to the lore, and it's interesting to see General Grievous walk within an ancient Jedi temple. There aren't a ton of lore expansions here, but there is a ton of hints to Grievous's own backstory, and inherently why he hates the Jedi, the fact that in his natural form, he would never be as powerful as them. It also goes a long way that Grievous perceives himself as greater because he made massive achievements without the use of the Force. Thus why Grievous comments to the Jedi statues that they did not truly earn them as he did. The idea also that Grievous has totally severed his connection to the Force is something that we predominantly see in Star Wars Legends, mostly there when we discuss the character of Darth Vader and the fact that losing a lot of his flesh lessened his connection to the Force. But it's still interesting to see here in a different sort of way, and to hear this ancient Jedi, or again possibly the Force itself, chastise Grievous for his choices. In the end, if you guys haven't seen the Age of Republic series, I definitely recommend it, as this was the last installment as we follow Grievous. Following this, they're doing sort of a sequel series called Age of Rebellion, which will follow characters such as Han Solo, Tarkin, Leia, and the one I'm most excited for, Yoda. But as for this issue of the comic books, what did you guys think? And what do you guys think of the character of General Grievous, especially his canon depiction? Do you guys prefer the origins of the canon Grievous, or do you miss the Legends depiction? As always, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great day. Before you go, be sure to check out my other channel, The Marvelous Wave, where we talk all about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, including news, breakdowns, and theories about all upcoming and past Marvel movies. Link to the channel is in the description below.